Hi guys, so as you know, Bandai America, they've started to release some new Power Ranger figures. A buddy of mine's been on about it for a while actually, who I speak to a lot, but it surprises me how little people know. So I thought I'd do a review because I've reviewed this figure before. Anyway, I'd do a review of it because a lot of people don't seem to realise that these Bandai America figures, they came about thanks to these, basically. So let's get right into it. And sorry, you'll have to bear with me. I'm not very well. I wasn't planning to do a video today, but hell, I'm not really doing much else. Right, so basically what you can see in front of you is the back of the packaging. Basically it just shows you some different pictures of him posing with different things, and then on this side it shows you his accessories. So you have two parts of the shield, they click together to go on top of him. You have the dragon dagger, the power sword, the gun blade thing, which by the way I'll show you soon, but it's oversized for the figure, the gold arm pieces, and two interchangeable hands. Now I can't find one of my hands, but I know I have it somewhere. Anyway, that's what he comes with. I just thought I'd show you that. And then if you go down here, these are the other figures that were released in the line. So you have the Super Mega Force Red Ranger, and the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, the Mighty Morphin White Ranger, and then just the Mega Force, Ultra Mega Force Red Ranger. I don't know. Right, so on with the figure. Now, at first, like I said to you, I thought it was only the gun that seemed oversized, but actually now looking at it, I'm fairly certain that sword's quite big, and that dragon dagger is also quite long and big. But you know, this isn't a perfect figure. It had flaws, and Bandai America, you know, they opted to perfect whatever they did with this. And with those new figures, they've sort of done that, but I still think this figure had a lot going for it as well. So I'll talk more about that when we get into articulation and that kind of thing. Just going to address these issues quick. The shield on him does seem a tiny bit big, but people don't seem to notice that, so I won't worry too much. So yeah, the accessories seem pretty big. Also, for the life of me, there's like in his hand, I don't know if my camera's going to show you it, but oh yeah, there you go. There's like a little slot in his hand. I'm not sure what's the reasoning for that, because it doesn't look like he's going to hold it well. Plus he gets a pair of gripping hands for his weapons. Okay, next we'll talk about paint. Now, even though I said these weapons were oversized, they're still painted really nice detail. As you can see, they've even got a little gold bit on the power sword. Sculpted really nice as well. There's a pattern on the blade. You could probably just make that out. Yeah, they're painted all the weapons really nice. Dragon dagger also painted quite nicely, with the green and the gold on there and that kind of thing. It's, you know, it's done quite well, even though I really hate this thing and don't have it posed with a figure. They did an okay sort of job. It just looks like the accessory that you're getting with those Bandai America figures. And then moving on to the actual figure itself, Try and focus, there you go. It's not the best, but you can see that detail's in there with the power coin in the red. It's not a soft sculpt either, that's a hard sculpt. You can make out that T-Rex is definitely there, which yeah, is good. I can't really say anything else about the sculpt, it's just the whole thing's really well sculpted. Like the Bandai America figures, some people don't like these because they look really muscular compared to Power Rangers, but I would have Power Rangers preferred to look like this anyway. In comics and things where they are drawn like this. And if they were going for a spandex sort of idea in the movies, I would like the idea for them to just bulk up a bit so they don't look like just any randomer in a Power Rangers costume. Right, so on the subject of paint and sculpt, as you can see, the head's sculpted really nice. They got the right shape for the T-Rex head, and all the paint's in there. There's no fuzziness, or it kind of doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I think they did a good job with that. As you can see, the white follows through on it all the way. Triangles are done nice. Even the gloves, hope I can show you this. Even on the gloves, there's like a really nice grooves on the gloves molded in there, which is nice. And they have that same sort of ball peg as well that the Bandai America ones are. But I'm getting ahead of myself now. Maybe I should just go straight onto articulation, eh? Okay, so onto articulation. Now, it's not so much like the Bandai America ones. The head is fairly limited. It can go all the way round and look up and down a tiny bit. You can get him to nod, like just headbang, go along to a song, like he kinda likes it. You get what I mean? By the way, these gold things, they do come off. You detach it at the wrist to take them off. And that's when you're trying to just get him back to a standard Red Ranger. I have mine posed with the Dragon Shield though. I'm not going to take him apart to put him back together just for, what, a 10-minute review. So, yep, there's the, it doesn't really move much. Then you have these joints, these shoulder joints, they go all the way up there, as you can see, and you can even push it more. That really helps with articulation. Shame about these big, you see those circles? Yeah, shame about them, but they're not too noticeable, especially when you have the Dragon Shield on. They do have only single jointed elbows, but it's not such a bad thing because you can get him in really good poses anyway. He has like what is this called? An abdominal joint. Gives him sort of an ab crunch. But you get it more in the stomach area. There's another like a ball joint in there to give you a bit more leverage, which I think is cool because you do not see that on these kind of domestic figures. Like I say, these were laying the ground. This is what was laying the groundwork for those Bandai America figures. So people who are collecting them and enjoying them, you kind of you owe it all to this figure basically. Apart from that, your articulation's pretty same all the way down. Just single articulation. You have these thigh swivels that work nice, boot swivels at the shin, and then just up and down. No ankle pivot or anything like that. It just goes up and down, but it's not such a problem. I mean, it works nice for the figure, and you do get most of the kind of poses you want. Okay, so I'm finally just going to show you some poses. This is the best you're going to get to him playing the Dragon Flute. But as you can see, his fingers do go down on the little buttons, so that's cool. Can you see that? Make it a bit more clear for you. Yeah. So yeah, and I think that's pretty cool. That looks like he's playing the flute. So I mean, I don't know why he posed the Red Ranger so much like that, but it works. I would love to get my hands on the other ones, by the way, but they seem so hard to find these days. For what it's worth, I thought I'd just show you one pose where he's holding his gun. Yeah, you can see how goofy that looks now, or maybe it doesn't to you actually. Let me know in the comments how you think this looks, because it kind of looks wrong to me. It just does. And then finally, I just thought I'd show you this pose of him in action. I mean, finally for the poses. If you do have his other grip in hand handy, you can have him playing the flute and raising a sword. That looks really good. I do recommend that. I just have to find my other hand before I put him on a display like that. Yeah. So this is how I've just taken to posing him the majority of the time. And the last thing I just wanted to show you quick is if I put in, move up Red Ranger, if I put in a Marvel Legend, then that's, I mean, they stand taller. I mean, this is the big body Marvel Legend, and he still stands taller and more stockier, in my own opinion. So if you're going to have these figures, or the Bandai America ones, in with your Marvel Legends and stuff, it should sort of work, as long as, you know, you keep this kind of thing in mind. Obviously. Now, yeah. So I'm not trying to like mess up the sales for, you know, the new figures, the Bandai America ones. I'm just simply saying that the idea to make these Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in this scale has been a thing for a while. They started planning it with things like this. They wanted to do it a long time ago, around 2004, 2005, but there just wasn't a you know, the action figure community, they just wasn't behind Power Rangers that much at the time, and a lot of companies were thinking more, I guess, for financial purposes, to make smaller figures, because you know, it was cheaper for them. So it took a long time for this thing to evolve and change, and now I'm really happy that these Bandai America figures are coming out. Obviously I live in England, have no idea when or will they'll turn up here, if they even will at all. It's a shame, because I'm a huge Power Rangers fan, but I'm content with just hunting down the rest of these. Really, they are really good, underrated figures for what they are. So keep that in mind. And I'm sure this kind of, if you really like this figure, he will stand next, or he'll fit just as well in your collection with the Bandai America ones, I think. Don't quote me on that though, I'm not sure. Okay. Well, that's been my video for today. I'm gonna go get my head down now, because I feel like crap. Yeah. Okay guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.